You'll have 40 minutes to write your OET letter. But how much should you write? How do you know when you've written enough? It can be a bit challenging to know how much to write in your OET letter. In this video, I'll go through some simple tips that will help you easily learn how much to write and score higher on your OET letter. Like all language tests like the IELTS and TOEFL, OET also has a recommended word length. You should try to write between 180 and 200 words. The good news is that this is only a guide. OET won't penalize you if you write more than 200 words or fewer than 180. The OET assessors won't be counting the words in your letter. However, if your letter is much shorter than 180 words, it's possible you haven't included all the relevant information from the case notes, or maybe you misunderstood the notes or the task. The assessors won't be able to grade your language level accurately. And if you write more than 200 words, it's possible you've included too much information, or you haven't organized it in a logical way. The assessors may decide that you don't have an appropriate level of English to be able to convey the necessary information in a brief and concise way. The writing task is designed to be achievable within this word count. Your focus should be on how to cover all the relevant information in a logical order. If you were receiving a letter like this, what information from the case notes would you want to know? Write the information you feel is most necessary and leave out information that you think is repetitive or maybe not as important. So now you've written your letter and you want to check your word count. What's the best way to count the number of words? What words do you need to count? Many new OET candidates think they should count all the words, including the greeting, address, and closing, but that's not the case. First, you should only count words in the body of the letter, where you are actually delivering unique and important information. Don't count words in the address, date, salutation, reference, or closing. And here's something interesting. Even a closing sentence like, "Please do not hesitate to contact me," or "Should you need more information," they shouldn't be included in your word count either. These are parts of the letter, like the greeting and the address, that are required for politeness and formality. Now let's look at a sample letter. Here's the first part. You can see that the first part, the address, the date, the salutation, and the reference are all in red. Don't include these in your word count. Now, here's the second half of the letter. Here, you won't include the standard ending sentence or the closing. Now that you know to only count words in the body of your letter, what's the best way to count them? Do you need to count each word individually? No, don't count each word individually because that would be a waste of your 40 minutes. You need to take as much time as possible for the actual writing and make sure you leave time at the end for proofreading and checking your content. So what's the best way to count your words? Well, in our experience, the most effective approach is to simply count the number of words you write in an average line, which could be anywhere from 7 to 10 words. Then, multiply it by the number of lines in your letter. Count short words like a and the, as well as longer words, and count hyphenated words as one word. Don't worry about the short lines you have at the end of paragraphs. We'll all average out, as we'll see in just a moment. In our example, the average word length per line is 9. Some lines are longer and some are shorter. In the body of the letter, there are 22 lines. When we multiply these two numbers, we get a total word count of 198. If we count the exact number of words in our sample letter, we get 194. If you practice ahead of time, you'll get a good idea of how many lines you need to write to achieve the word count of 180 to 200 words. The best use of your 40 minutes is writing and proofreading, not counting your words. I hope these tips were helpful to you. Would you like more information about OET writing or the OET exam? Check out our website at edubenchmark.com. You'll find a free sample test and other services to help you, like our OET writing correction service. You could take the letter writing part of the free sample test and then have one of our experienced OET coaches look over it with you. We're here to help you succeed in your OET exam. You'll find links to all these services in the description below. And be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss a single video. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.